Hello, farmers, and welcome back to Riverbend Springs in Farming Simulator 25. Hello, Jason, Jay, MacGyver, Robert, Samuel, Skender, Storefirm, and Mr. Whitfield. Happy Thursday to everyone. So some mods dropped again today, so if you haven't checked in the past hour or so, you may want to head on over and have a quick look and see if one of your mods have dropped. I know one of the mods that dropped that some people will be happy about is if you're doing stone picking, Black Sheep Modding have come out with their, it's basically double the size of the working width, and I do believe double the size the capacity. 2,000 liters, 4,000 liters working with 9.5 compared to 5.5. So it's not quite double, but it almost is. So that mod did drop today, along with some others. So, yeah, go ahead and check it on out, and maybe yours is in there. So, at the end of the last episode, we got ourselves the Valtra. Not exactly all the way I wanted it, but the only thing I don't think I really I didn't get that I wanted. Of course, I always like having weights in my tires, just so I don't need to put weights on my tractor once in a while. Although this tractor may not need it, but here is our brand new tractor for the farm. Yeah, it costs about $300,000, but for 420 horsepower, can't go wrong there. So, yeah, that's going to help us out this upcoming season. We're probably going to be putting it to use very soon. Hello, John. Good afternoon to you, or early evening to you. So, the other thing we need to start off with today, anyways, yeah, I was down at the sawmill. I got some things taken care of, but I need to start here because I need the trailer. And, well, the trailer... well, it's got hay in it. And I tried a few things. I tried putting this on the telehandler, the trailer. We just barely clip the door with this trailer, and it can't get in there. So I thought if I put it on the Merlot, I was hoping the Merlot with a 3-point linkage and the ball hitch and all that was low enough, lower than the tractors, that maybe, just maybe, it was getting to the cow barn, but that did not work out too well. So, let's see. What I want to do here is, what side am I unloading on? Tip side left? Well, we're going to unload the hay right here. We're going to fill up the cow barn. At least try to. Is it all empty? Oh, no, I don't have enough room for it there? I know it's 20,000 liters, but it's not... it shouldn't take up that much of a pile. Alright, I'm going to have to put this into the road for a moment. Drop that off there, and I'll have to bucket load. Looks like a lot of hay, but I think the cows are going to take most of it. No, I did not get the reduced damage mod. Maintenance cost would have been nice, but not the reduced maintenance maintenance mod. I did get the stone picker, and I also got the... where we can move the placeable. So if you put the placeable in the wrong spot, we should be able to move it. We used that mod in 22 on Tuscany, and we also used it maybe on Mythical Woods. Yeah, I need my trailer for moving some wood chips. That is what we need it for. So that's why I need to get rid of all this hay. Well, not get rid of it, but get it out of the trailer so we can take care of the sawmill, which I did cut down a whole bunch of trees last night. Came on here, cut down a whole bunch of trees, and got into the sawmill. The sawmill is full, so that's going to go for quite a while. And then I emptied out the sawmill, and that is pretty much it. It's going to take a little while for me to get this hay picked up, and then... oh, don't tell me I can't pick this up because it's in the road. Well, that's going to be frustrating. Am I not going to be able to pick that up? Alright, so it must be my blade wasn't down far enough or something. Are we getting it all? I think so. I think the game's letting me pick it up. Maybe not that one. I don't have access to that, apparently. Alright, gotta be careful dumping out the hay. So I think I'll dump the hay more over to that side. Oh, come on, Mr. Postman. You should know your way around the trailers by now. How much more do we got? Oh, we got a lot more. That's only like 3,000 liters. You think that would... Yeah, let's get it all out of here. Come on, just keep dumping it. There we go. My trailer is now free once again. That is all from the hayloft that we sold a couple days ago. Now, let me just park that right over there. After I said don't get it near the road, I got some near the road. Man, that looks like a lot of hay. We'll be selling the wood chips here shortly, and we got a lot of material down the sawmill that needs to go. And that should get us the shed, the $80,000 shed, and also maybe get enough to get a shed up at the grass field as well. I mean, that is only going to cost me like 10 grand, but we got to cut down some trees and move them around a little bit. It's a little bit of a tedious job to start with. It's interesting, the bucket didn't pick nothing up there. Was it angled too much and it was going right back out? Probably was. I was kind of hoping the trailer would kind of clip through the wall and I can get in here and dump it out, and then I would just reset the trailer back to the store if I couldn't get it back out, but that was a no-go. Our cow barn, by the way, Dairy Queen, as we call it, is full of cows. So all the cows we have are the cows that we're going to have, for this barn at least. And about half of them are still not old enough to produce any milk or buffalo milk. Need them to grow a little bit more mature before that can start happening. It does look like a lot of hay there, but as you can see, as I pick it up with a bucket, and I'm only getting like 2,000 or 3,000 liters. It's disappearing rather quickly. Alright, time to clean up this corner. Oh, I didn't dump... Oh, okay, so maybe they might be full. Their feed trough might be full. Yeah, they're full of hay, so we'll leave the bucket there. Alright, let's head on down to the sawmill. We just went past the Vultra. As you can see, we got all the stuff out here. Sawmill is empty, but we are up to 135,000 liters of wood into the mill, and actually got a couple of trees down there waiting to be accepted at some point. And as soon as I go past the forest field, you'll see how many trees I cut down. I cut down a whole bunch. Those trees are not going to last us too long. But you can see like the whole front corner of the forest field. I want to say I cut down about maybe 30 to 40 trees, something like that. Hello, Sirwell. Welcome. So these are going to the warehouse. Give us a good 20 grand. Slow around the corner. I kind of want to get to the month of March on a rather quick pace today, but some stuff needs to get done. Alright, some money back into the bank account. And we'll get a couple more of those loaded up, but we'll sell those later on. There are auto-loading mods out there for FS25, but they're on third-party websites right now. I'm pretty sure they'll be coming at some point on the Mod Hub. Just have to wait for those type of mods to be passed in testing. Well, first they got to be submitted, then they got to be passed for testing. Alright, let's load these up. At some point I may actually turn off making prefab walls, only because they just take a lot of space up on the truck. I mean, they do pay rather well, of course, but in the future I could see us turning that off. Am I getting over that now? Not quite. I can't lift up high enough because I got to get back a little bit further. There we go. We'll strap those in. All right. And, nope, didn't want to hit that. So let's get over to the Valtra, because I do need to put some water into the greenhouse. One of our greenhouses is getting kind of low on the water, and we want to keep that going. So this is the brand new Valtra. And now that we got money in the bank account, we can kind of skip on through the month of December. But I am going to take the trailer on down now that it's free, and we'll start putting some wood chips in there. So that new shed's going to go just to our left. It's going to take up some of that field, but we knew when I put that field in, that field would slowly disappear once we start expanding into the farmyard. I am kind of curious with the move placeables. If I started trying to moving like the animal pens around, I wonder if that's a possibility, because I can move that cow barn over. Can you explain the grass header for the McDon? It says it does other crop. Does it chaff them or just the crop? The grass header. I think that would turn it... Whoop, that's the wrong page. I think that would just turn it into a swath for chaff. If I go to specialty headers, it's going to be this one right... Nope, that's the wrong one. You said the grass header, though. Yes, it's probably going to put it into a swath and you got to pick it up as chaff, I would assume. Not like this header where it cuts the crop and leaves it on the ground to be harvested. At least that's the way I intend it. Is the gravel crunching sound new or has it always been on FS series? It was an FS 22, maybe even 19. Where do you collect water from in 25? Any water source on the map, or there are plenty of mods out there where you can get water from. Hello, Sean. Good afternoon to you as well. And hello, Bob. How are you doing today? For a Thursday, the weekend's almost here. Once I top off this greenhouse, I think we can just skip the month in December and go to January early morning. And we will, thanks car, right into my new Vultra. We can start selling the wood chips. And in February, we're going to have the mushrooms to sell. And of course, in the meantime, the sawmill is going to keep doing its thing. Is Farming Simulator 25 coming on PS4? I very much doubt that. Seeing that the PS5 and the latest version of consoles can barely, they can do 30 frames, 30 frames per second, but they can't even do 60 constantly. So I can imagine the PS4 can't handle the game at all with what's going on. Alright, so now that my trailer is free from all the hay that I had in there, we can go down and grab the wood chips from the sawmill, start clearing that up. Yeah, only the latest versions of console can handle what FS25 is offering. The older consoles just can't manage all that. So that's why they're not coming to PS4 or any earlier versions or later versions, I guess. Probably should actually be using the Deutz for this because the Deutz has a higher top speed than the Vultra. I'm just using the Vultra only because, well, it's the new tractor to the fleet. Give you an inside look at what's going on in the Vultra. Having a look at all of the placeables there. Maybe in the future that where the cameras are, we'll actually see live camera feeds from the tractor. But yeah, that might be a little time before we get that far. Yep, but now the fun part, we gotta sit here and spam the R button until all these pallets are gone. Yeah, 30 frames per second for a farming game is not bad. But I guess a lot of console players really are upset that they can't get 60. So you can see all the planks, long planks, wood beams that we got to sell. I think I did some math between the wood chips and all the stuff currently at the sawmill. We got like 200 grand in money sitting around. Place a mini biomass plant, takes the pallets directly. Well, someday when the money is actually in our favor, which it has been, but I got plenty of things on the shopping list as it is. Boy, this trailer must be in bad shape because the Vultra is brand new. And if you look at the repair status, we're down to about 30 or 40%. I don't know if I had a favorite map. I mean, I got a lot of maps I liked on 22, but I don't know if I have an outright favorite. I mean, I'm always particular to No Man's Land. Goldcrest Valley I've always liked, which is a base game map from 17 from Giants. I did like the way Hills of Tuscany laid out, but the traffic was a little bit of an issue now and then. But I did like the Hills of Tuscany. That was up near the top. So the wood chips are still waiting for that price to increase. But is there a mini biogas plant that we can put down? I did not check on that. If I go to productions, no, those are all the expensive stuff. Potato processing. Let's see, that is the bakery, preserved food, carpentry, grain mill, dairy, grape processing, oil mill, sawmill, spinnery, sugar mill, tailor shop. I don't see a mini bio plant. It's a chill, relax game, and I don't really need 60 for it. A lot of people are complaining about it. Well, I'm not sure if Western Wilds will come out. That's up to Alien Jim. And as I said, I talked to him about, well, it's almost 2 weeks now, but he currently is not modding for FS25 at the time. Well, isn't the bioheating plant, that's what you're talking about, isn't that just a sell point? If it's just a sell point, I don't want to put these on direct, I don't want to put on direct sell, because on hard economy, I'm only going to get 70% of the sale price. And I don't want that. Alright, so I think we're all set to get to the month of January, but I will double check the price on the wood chips. So we're looking at, yeah, 545 is a high price. We're not quite there. The prices are going up. So maybe I'll just fast forward time, because if I sleep through the night, the price may drop down. So wait until it's almost evening. So I don't need, if it's a biomass plant, it's just a sell point, I'm not going to bother putting it down, because there are places that will take it already. And when you sell directly, you don't get the full price on things. You get, depending on what economy you're on, I think easy economy, you get 90% of the price. Normal is like 80%. And in hard economy, you get 70% of the sale price. So losing 30%. Just to give you a rough idea, if I were to sell the wood chips right now, I mean, yeah, I'd get 36,000 for it. So 30% of that would be, I mean, it's only 1,000. Is it 1,000 less? No, it's more than 1,000 less. Well, you know what I'm talking about. So what's that wood chip price looking like right now? All right, so maybe we should sell it. It's 530, and the best price is 545. All right, we'll go through a little bit more. Maybe the price will go up higher, but then again, I'll be selling at midnight. All right, I don't want to be selling in the dark, so we're actually going to just go in the morning and do whatever it is. Probably won't be as good. And we'll wake up at 6. It'll be dark. But let's see what that price is doing first thing in the morning. All right, so we're at 547, so the price is still going up. So let's at least get to where the sun is up. I mean, it's not dark out, but so we got a 500 Vario Fent in the sale page, and then we got, oh, a harvester just popped up, and it's 7 for 200 grand. Goldcrest Valley, that is good. 551 on the train. Well, we'll just we'll start taking the wood chips to the train. Didn't quite, did I strap those in? I'm not sure if I did. Yeah, 10,000 sounds better on the wood chips. At first it said 1,000, I'm like, wait a minute, math is off. I'm not quite fully up yet today. So yeah, we're going through those trees pretty quick. So I thought about planting trees to start the stream today, just so they can start growing, because we're going to be skipping through like 3 or 4 months here and get the process started. But maybe we'll just buy the trees in the future. Yeah, I'm just going to be using the gold crest train just because a lot of our wood chips are already in that silo. A little chilly out today, and there's people walking around in short sleeve shirts. Hello, Denard. How you doing today? So now we're going to go back down the sawmill and collect more of the pallets, and we'll rent the train and sell the wood chips. We'll chip away at the money issue. Looks like you're a ghost knight. No one's talking to you. I've seen people talking to you, Skender. Oh yeah, and I need to check on the ropes because one more pallet of ropes at the playground will complete the first stage, or at least it should. So we got about 8 pallets here, looks like. I don't remember exactly what the debt is, but it's like 4.4 million. Or is it 4,420,000? For some reason, I think that's what it might be. But we'll be working on that today as well. After we buy a couple of sheds. The rest will go towards, I think, the loan. Try to sneak through my pile of lumber that we have out here. Oh yeah, so I did want to kind of clarify because we were talking about it yesterday, and some people are kind of confused about the mods for FS25 on how that's going, and all they're doing is just removing the list so people can see what's being tested and so on and so forth. And honestly, from reading everything on Discord in the last 24 hours, all the modders on the Discord channel are so excited to see that the list is not being published anymore. So it almost sounds like it was more of a modder's request to Giants to not do it, more than Giants saying we just don't want to do the list anymore. Probably should slow down time just a little bit more. I don't want to be going too fast. Don't want that price to start dropping. This this sawmill would be a lot better for a couple of things if the wood chips went more into like a storage container. I think that's all the wood chips, right? I think so. Yeah, if it went more into a storage silo. And also if there weren't so many support beams for the roof. So the first 100,000 we make today, that's going into our sheds. Well, it's going to go into one shed. I don't have at the grass field. Got to remove some trees first. And maybe do some landscaping. And then all the rest of the money, we'll just throw it to loan. But someone did want to know financially. Yeah, it's $4,420,000 is what we do still owe. Alright, that is all the wood chips. Let's get these back up to the train silo. And we will head on down. Well, we're going to try to head on down to Goldcrest Valley. It looks relaxing. My streams are never that relaxing. I'll stress you out somehow. I'll stop putting in wood into the sawmill for a few minutes and drive it crazy. Yeah, a lot of the modders on the Giants Partner Discord channel were saying they pretty much appreciate not having the list there because they were just getting bothered of saying, when's it coming out? When's it? So not seeing something on the list that a modder does gives them a little bit more relaxation on it. Snow is starting to accumulate around Riverbend Springs. Alright, so I think... Wait, where do we rent it? No, I gotta rent the train. Kind of interesting the way the train is working on here in Riverbend Springs. So I gotta come here, visit. Hopefully I got the train in time. That was like perfect timing just about. Can we not jump in? Alright. So someone said the train only had one cargo for grain, but it's actually got two of them for grain. The first two carts are for grain. Am I over? Yes, we are over. Hang on, the train needs to stop. There we go. Alright, so we gotta find the wood chips. So this train silo pretty much holds everything. So instead of putting a silo down on your farm, you could use the train silo as your own little storage area at your pleasure. Almost a full trailer load. Let's see how the wood chips prices are looking. Goldcrest Valley 556, and the price is starting to drop, and that is actually the best place to sell it currently. So when we get to the edge of the map, the train will throw us out and it'll ask us if we want to sell the material at Goldcrest Valley. You can see the snow slowly showing up on the map as we go around. Yeah, but there are 2 carts on the train for grain. And I think I can even, the 3rd cart you can put in. So $61,000 worth of wood chips sold. Gotta love that. Well, since we teleported right to this truck here, we will grab one of these and just get a full load of these. I'm guessing going to the warehouse. And no, I did not strap those in. All right, let's see where prefab walls are still going. Warehouse is $49.12. Farmer's market is $49.70. Well, the warehouse is just up the road. And this should give us enough to be able to afford our $80,000 shed, and we can start putting some stuff in there. So at the end of the last stream, everyone that stuck around to watch me load up over 120 pallets or whatever it was of flour. Hopefully, well, I shouldn't say hopefully we don't have to do that again anytime soon. We earned a lot of money by doing that. And where am I going? I'm not going to the train station. I want to go to the warehouse. But yeah, that brought us in a whole bunch of cash. And kind of hoping by next year we will have maybe an all-loading trailer that can load them all up. Alright, we'll bring this back down to the sawmill, but we're going to head back to the farm, and we're going to put down a large shed. Although seeing the snow on the ground here may get some of you into the Christmas spirit, if you're not already in the Christmas spirit. 20 days left. Ooh, I can grab that from here. And then we'll grab this one over here. There we go. I'll strap this one in too in case I bump into my truck once again. And I want us to come down here and grab these other 2 trees before they go flying across the map somewhere. That gets us back over 100,000 liters of wood into the sawmill. Where does that road off to your left as you leave the sawmill? I don't know when you type that, so... If you're talking about that road down there, that just goes down to like a tunnel that goes nowhere. But you can cross to another road over there if you wanted to. But yeah, last night I did cut down, I would say about 30 or 40 of these trees to fill up the sawmill. So yeah, those trees are not going to last us too long. But let's get back up to... well, the telehandler would be good. I should feed the cows and check on the animals. But it's time to place down a nice shed over here at our future and now almost time to call it a farmyard. So we want to go to sheds and scroll on down. There are a couple of sheds that came up on the mod hub today. I do want to go to customize and we're going to go to list and I think what we're going to do, just for Skender, we're going to go ahead and we're going to have our shed painted in Kloss green. Overlaps another object, does it? Can I get the camera angle where I need it, please? Alright, we'll rotate that like this. Okay, toggle free mode. There we go. That looks good. I think we'll push it back a little bit. And there we go. Now we got a large shed for 80,000. Ah, nuts. The ground is actually a little bit... I can't wait for that place anywhere mod to come out, because that will do the ground leveling for us. Hopefully I can fix that, because that does not look good at all doing that. Let's go into ground leveling. Is that not going to level out the ground around the placeable? Well, I can move it. So what I'm going to do is we're just going to move this over here for a little bit. So this mod came out today where you can move your placeables. Oh. Okay, it's going to charge me $1,000 to move it. I'm just going to say yes. Alright, so I'll have to come back over to here now to leveling. Is that not leveling the ground at all? I do not feel like that's leveling the ground at all. So I'm not getting charged any money for ground leveling. Okay, it levels out there. But it's not leveling out here. Is it because the placeable was there? Oh, saving content. Okay, what we're going to do is I'm going to exit the game. Come back in. And we'll see if I can level that ground out a little bit more. Maybe by exiting the game and come back in. You'll let me level that out and I can move the shed back. Costing me money to do this, but it's not a whole lot. Too close to the tree to level? Could be. Although I have leveled out some ground around trees before. I'm just wondering if the game doesn't still see the placeable there. That's why it's not making me level. I think the mod is called Place Anywhere mod or something like that. And what that mod does when you put down a building, it'll level it out. But you can see the size of that shed that we got. That's going to fit everything that we have in there. It'll be just a matter of me actually putting it to use, because as you know, when the farming season starts, I kind of start just parking things everywhere around before I start cleaning up the area a little bit. There's Sam. Oh yeah, I didn't feed Sam this morning. We'll feed him. He seems happy now. And just like that, all the snow disappeared. Let me get back over there instead of running all the way over. I mean, I guess I could move the shed a little bit more over here and see how that goes. But before I do that, I think we will level up the ground, because I don't want to have to keep moving it because I'm not leveling it out good enough. Well, still not leveling out here, so let's just go ahead and I suppose I will move this. Well, that's not quite working out the way I was hoping. The ground leveling is not... Bleh. That looks terrible. Wonder if I can I paint that? Is it going to let me paint the ground? I think it'll let me paint it. Of course, that's costing me some money. I got a little spot showing up there, but overall, that's looking a little bit better. I'm not sure if the Move the Placeable mod is available on consoles. I think it might be just PC only. PC and Mac. Alright, let me see if I can... fix those spots. Of course, it's kind of hard to see where the spots are. There, that looks a lot better. A whole lot better. Now, we did lose some of our field back there because I did some leveling. So when you level the ground, it actually deletes the field that you have. You have to hold the mouse in one place for a bit before the ground starts moving. Yeah, I don't know if it's... Is it because I moved the placeable and it still sees the placeable as here? I'm not too sure, but it's down, it's here. It's all looking good. Are these automatic lights? Or is there a light switch for this shed? I'm going to guess it might be... no, it might be over here. Lights on. Sounds like someone's got a little bit of gas or something. But alright, we got ourselves a shed. Got ourselves a huge shed over here. So now we can start putting some things away. Let's get into... I mean, you don't realize how much equipment you got until you start fiddling around with some things. Yes, this was in a shed, but the header trailer and the header is not. This shed we will definitely keep here for other stuff. And unfortunately that little generator or whatever it is, can't get rid of that. Definitely got to bring something over to that shed. You just can't put down an $80,000 shed and not start putting things away in it. Yeah, the move mod does let you change elevation a bit as well. But I mean, since I couldn't level it, if I were to raise it, then it might be hard to drive in and out. So let's park that right there for now. That's step one. Step one of many. All right, let's see if I can pick up the rest of this hay and get it into the cow shed. See if I can clean up this mess that I created. I didn't want to sell the hay that was in the trailer just because, well, wouldn't get much for it. This snow is almost becoming a little bit hypnotizing, the way it's falling down. Let's see, I got it all in that corner there. Eventually I need to fix this over here. Gotta be careful because I don't know if I push the hay into the hay bales if those will fall over. They might do. Alright, and we do got a little bit of piece up here at the road. And we'll try to get it starting from this side, but I got a funny feeling it's not going to let me pick it up. Or did it? Nope, we got it. Alright, so no hay wasted. Boy, that cloth shed just sticks out. It's hard not to look at it. There's a mod on the mod hub that if you make a mistake placing a placeable and you mess up, you can sell it back at full price as long as it's done in the same month. That's on the mod hub. I kind of I need to go down here. Did not see that at all. Overlooked that somehow. And that's what this weather looks like outside in southwest Michigan today. Yeah, it's kind of doing the same thing here. Your first cousin, who loves the game, told me that a new map called Riverview from some modder. It's available. You know anything about it? I have heard of that map, yep. Basically, it's like a... I mean, I haven't looked at it too much, but it's basically like a River Bend Springs map that's done over slightly. I just noticed I may have put this shed down, I don't want to say backwards. I don't know if this is supposed to be the front side or the back side. Have no idea. I would say that's more like the back side. Well, it's in the way it's in now. You gonna take that bale? You did. Okay. Let's grab a couple more. And in the future, I won't be stacking any hay bales here because we got a shed for that now, but these bales were here before the shed. Alright, that is all set to go for the moo cows. The goats are fine on food, I'm pretty sure, but definitely got to make sure the sheep are topped off. So let's grab a couple of hay bales out of our shed. Yeah, I don't know much about the other map, how well it is. I've seen some photos of it or whatever. But, I mean, every map is going to be fitting to some and not others. Like someone asked me before, what was my favorite FS22 map? I did like No Man's Land. But there's going to be people out there that don't like No Man's Land. Alright, so I did mention about the rope production, so I need to make sure we get that taken care of. So let me go ahead and I assume I'm going to sell these at the warehouse. $49.61. Yeah, let's go to the warehouse with these. Better placeable sell prices. Oh, okay, so I misunderstood. I know that mod. I misunderstood what that mod did. Hello, Glenn. Happy Thursday. Alright, get these sold. Head over to the farm. We'll grab the wool pallets. We'll get those on down to the rope factory, and fingers crossed we got a pallet of rope, which we should have, to bring up to the playground, and that first stage will finally be complete. The pallets are getting out of control. The flour is. The flour was kind of ridiculous yesterday. Trying to make sure I can grab 2 of these here. Oh, must be on the ground a little bit. I'm not going to use super strength all the time when it's not many pallets and the telehandler's not far. Do I have that No, I don't have that pallet. And the telehandler's not far. We'll use it like in situations like we're doing right now. Alright, I'll have to make some more wonderful rope. Are you making fun of how I stack pallets? I get them from point A to point B. That's what I do. Come on, Postman. It's the holiday season. So you need to get going a little bit faster than that. We made a trailer park on no man's land. I kind of made some small suburbs and some farming areas. I actually hate making rope, knowing that I'm actually losing money doing so. Oh, yep. Exit the game, so super strength was turned off. Alright, load that up quickly. And fingers crossed, we don't get stuck on that 0 liters needed when it gets through this. How do you unwrap a bale that is not fully fermented? Well, if you did it in FS22, it could have been a mod that allowed you to do it. I mean, usually to unwrap a bale or whatever, it was like press R on PC anyways. But, you know, we start using so many mods in a game, and then you use it all the time, and you kind of think it's base game stuff. But then you realize that when the new series comes out that it wasn't probably base game, it was a mod, and you don't know what mod it's from. The wall pallet load is why you support super strength. Well, with our I think the 73 sheep that we have, they produce about 4 pallets a month. I mean, I would guess it was a mod that unwrapped the bales, but it's not something I did a lot of. I may have done it once or twice early on, and I kind of forgot. I mean, usually I'd never had to unwrap bales. Well, I brought this down here, but the mushrooms need to be sold next month. So we'll just park this right here. Let me check my stock market page and see. Well, the milk is good, but I mean, it's not a whole lot of money there. Planks long, well, that price is usually good anyways. And wood beams, yeah, it's all sawmill stuff. A lot of dark green stuff there. All right, so the cows are full of food, of course. The sheep are full of food. The goats are still full of food. Oh, yeah, the one thing I need to do is cement factory. We need to visit that. Boy, the river is kind of rough in the winter months, it seems like. Still bouncing around. I'm just coming over here to empty out the rock pile. There we go. And I'm going to assume we still got a lot of storage area in the cement production. Yeah, we're doing pretty good there. What's the dairy looking like? Are we out of... I don't have any kind of milk in the dairy. All right, we need to take care of that. I guess we'll grab the AgroStar and we'll grab our tanker and get the buffalo milk and the cow's milk on over to the dairy production. Hello, Midwest Farmer. Welcome. And also, hope you're having a good Thursday. Took me a second to remember what day it was. And I guess I couldn't hitch up at that much of an angle. So now with the large shed off the shopping list, a chicken pen this year and probably a silo needs to be put down to hold the grain for the chickens, but everything else that we harvest, of course, goes into production buildings. That's the whole goal of what we're doing here. Just keep making stuff, making stuff, making stuff. And the more you make out of it, the better. Yep, just keep knocking down the road signs. So now what we're really waiting for in the cow pen, the good old Dairy Queen, we're just waiting for our, I think half the cows, water buffalo in that pen are not mature enough yet to make milk or buffalo milk. And once they'll get mature, well then, that just means more cheese. You thought Mr. Sealy P saying there was a way to pick up stones at the cement factory and the mod hub now? Yeah, I think there is a... it's almost not like a forage harvester pickup, but I think it's a universal pickup, so it'll pick up anything off the ground. Since we already got the belt, that's what we're going to be using. It's over there. So I do plan on putting oats in this this field here today. We should get that far. Alright, so that production's all set. I think I did check the store, did I not? Yeah, I mean, there is a John Deere harvester there for only $200,000, which is not a bad thing to have, but I got better things to spend $200,000 on before. We already have a harvester. And I think today I really want to work on getting that loan down a little bit more. All right, so we're going to call it quits for January. And then we'll get up and we'll sell the mushrooms and check on the playground. And hopefully that's at the next stage. Yep, we'll wake up at 8. I think I covered everything there. The productions, the animals. And then we'll get into the month of March where a new farming season will begin. Well, even at 41% off, that John Deere cotton harvester is at $500,000. But a lot of harvesting kind of equipment in the store page today. That John Deere is still sitting there. Let's head on down to the sawmill, because that's where the International is. And, of course, we'll just keep grabbing these here, since we're down here. And probably just take them to the warehouse. And then we'll go sell some mushrooms. Don't have anything else that's going to spawn here, so that's good. Let me see here. Prefab walls. Yep, warehouse is the best place to go. But man, we got a lot of stuff at the sawmill to sell. I just don't feel like doing it. I want to get through the winter. Let's do a drive-by here at the warehouse. Alright, let's go grab the mushrooms and see where we need to go. Fingers crossed, maybe it's just at the restaurant. Oh yeah, I gotta spread some slurry too. Probably got a whole bunch of slurry that needs to be taken care of. But we got a lot of shrooms to load up, I think. Now it's just a matter of figuring out where they need to go. So we got oyster mushrooms. 931, 973 at Goldcrest Valley of the Farmers Market. Farmers Market is 465. I think we'll just take everything to the Farmers Market. All you can do about your channel, John, is just keep making videos at a, I want to say at a fast rate, but just have a constant schedule. You can't expect to start a channel and have a whole bunch of people watching right off the bat. For most people, it takes a lot of time. Don't know how much money we got in mushrooms here, but we'll find out in about a few minutes. But hopefully we make more than what the rice saplings did for us. Well, it's good to see that the mushrooms just keep spitting on out of the greenhouse. I really haven't checked the inventory in the greenhouse lately to see how much was in there. I was ready to say no more spawning, but just as I was getting ready to say that, a whole bunch more came out. Hello, Rob. Welcome. Let's just strap those in. Uh-oh, they are shifting. I don't know why they were starting to move on their own up there. Yeah, I saw the Bale autoloading trailer on the mod hub, but I didn't see where it said. I may have missed it. Didn't say anything about pallets, though. Alright, so are these 1,000 liters a piece that I'm picking up? They are 1,000 liters a piece. Alright, how many more do we got here? Let me check, wait, where do we got to go here for... Alright, so that's everything that has spawned. Alright, so we'll try to get them all in one go. Should almost be called Stacking Simulator at this point, the way it's been. We're going to get them all on there. Now, if I get a trailer, if I get a hitch on the back where I can put a trailer on, then you guys can't place bets to figure out if I'm going to tip over or not on the way up there. Or wherever it is I might be going. Alright, so 22,000 liters of enoki and 11,000 liters of oyster mushrooms. Off to the farmer's market. And now any money that we really start earning today, it is going towards the loan. If the truck is a-rockin', that means we're making money. Just taking it easy on the corners so I don't tip over, but there's a good chance I might. But usually, for those who've been around long enough on my channel, know that at the beginning of a series, I pretty much try to use a telehandler or whatever I have to load up pallets. But once you start getting a couple of hundred pallets you gotta load up, yep, it's time to move on to an autoloader or super strength or whatever. Or in some cases, sell directly. Now, school bus knew what to do. It knew enough to stop to see after I saw me coming. Now, see, most people would say, from what I'm understanding what you guys are saying in chat, is that loading up pallets is boring, but there are going to be like the 10% of people out there that love doing the stacking and all that. Alright, let's sell all these mushrooms. So, $20,000 worth of mushrooms. That would get more than that, but you know what? It's still $20,000. Hello, Lars from Norway. Welcome back. Now, I do believe the mushroom production needs some water. So we'll grab our tanker. Now, I am kind of curious, will this header hitch up to the international truck here? So I can put this in the shed. Yeah, that doesn't hitch up to that either. All right, so let's check the playground and see what's going on there. So it has moved on to the next stage. Yep, we got more building post. And let's see, it needs 8,000 liters of wood beams. So, it does need more wood beams up here, and long planks I got plenty of. So I can bring a couple of pallets of wood beams up here. Alright. But right now it does not need rope. I'm going to hang on to the wall for now until it requires more rope. I don't know if it's going to or not. So let me grab, actually, before I kind of forget, let's enter the AgroStar. And get some water for the mushroom production. Eventually I will paint a little bit more around the buildings to landscape better. But kind of hoping for the free landscaping mod to come out. Still got a straw bale in that field I need to get removed. It's boring when I don't tip over. Well, I mean, I try not to tip over, but if it happens, it happens. Keep that mushroom production going. So in 1 year, with the mushrooms that we sold, it almost sold enough to repay for the production itself. So now the rest will be like pure profit. Alright, so yeah, wood beams at the sawmill and bring that up to the playground. We're just going to grab 2. Because we know what happens if I overstock the town projects. They'll take it and we don't get paid for it. Unless they fixed that in the patch a week and a half ago. With my luck with the train, we're stopping. This truck here has the ball hitch, which it does work because I can attach things like the baler to it, but as for small trailers, no, we can't. All right, just want a couple of these, please. One will complete the task, but we'll get an extra one in there just in case. All right, back up to the playground. No, I'm not going to get hit by the train today. That's not going to happen. Road signs, though, you can start doing road sign counts. But I mean, at the end of FS22, a lot of the maps I played on did not have a train. So I kind of forgot kind of the timing when the lights would come on the tracks of how much time he had before the train actually got there. As we found out a couple days ago, I tried to stop when the lights came on. I got halfway through. I should have just kept on going. Alright, so we got enough in there to get the stage 2 complete for the playground. Yeah, I think I've been hit by the train 3 times. So I think in March, we'll get some farming done, but then we'll have to start selling stuff at the sawmill because it's just starting to really pile up. But it'll be a good payday, and we'll also throw a lot of money at the bank. As long as we got about 40,000 liters in the sawmill, we're good for another month. And yes, we got 63,000 liters here. Let me just go ahead and make sure. Yep, we got more stones. Yeah, the American Falls train, that train there and the barricades that came down, that timing was never that timing was never accurate at all. Okay, so the goats are still doing good. Dairy Queen, they're good for another month, and the sheep, they are good as well. Oh yeah, and my greenhouses, they should be fine. We just filled that one up. That one's fine. I am starting to get full of kimchi, so I should sell that next month. And what else do I need to check? Everything here, that should be turned off. The small dairy is just going through the milk. And once that gets through, yeah, there is buffalo mozzarella in there. But when I sell that, that should sell it along with. And we just got to wait for it to get through the rest of the milk to make cheese. And then we'll sell that production. But I think... Yeah, let's go into finances. And we're going to just... Because I got 45,000. So we're going to pay off 10, 20, 30,000. Just to save a couple, maybe $100 on interest overnight. And yeah, we're good to go. Off to spring and a new farming season. I may have not fed, no, I think we did feed Sam in February. All right, so, well, now the John Deere header is there. They had the combine, but now the header. And the Gouvile stationary baler, which we used on Mythical Woods. To me, yeah, not really my kind of style of thing. Playground. Let's see how that did. Overnight. Visit. So, planks long. Still got a lot to go on that. It could have gone through another stage, but I don't think so. Looks like they're building... oh, great. I'm drawing a blank what these are called. I use them all the time in Construction Sim. But yeah, that's going on through. Alright, but... we are going to jump over because it's time to plant some oats. Oats or long grain rice is next month. I need to spread slurry. Need to do that. Let's go ahead and the grass field. I would like to get to this today and put the shed down as well. I just don't know where I want to put the shed because the terrain here is not really even. Alright, and the Voltra is still sitting at the terrain silo. You think the Western Australian series is the best I ever did? Not sure. Not sure. I would have that opinion on it, but... You like that Gouvile stationary baler? I do not prefer that stationary baler at all. Oh, scaffolding. Thank you. That was driving me nuts. I was like, what the heck is that stuff called, man? The trees that we planted are lodgepole pine. They take a little over 3 years to grow. And as you have seen, they give about 5... I think we're seeing like 5,000 to 6,000 liters a tree. So I'm going to bring the trailer up and give this a wash because this thing looks filthy. And I probably need to sell a couple things so I can hire some workers today. At least to start with. I do want to sell a whole bunch of stuff at the sawmill. But we'll start with the prefab walls just to get some money in. So if I want to hire a worker or buy seed and fertilizer, we can do. Nope, I don't want to get in that. All right, it's time to put this Voltro to work. Almost. Almost put it to work. Nope. Can you lay flat? There we go. Squish it in there. And yeah, we're starting to stockpile some things into storage. So this sawmill's got a lot of stuff. Hopefully I can get some other prefab walls to spawn. Let's see. Long planks need to go over here. Planks are going there. Beams just go over there. Do be careful in using super strength. I have lost a couple of pallets going through the floor when picking them up. Luckily, 2 of them were wood chips, so I wasn't that concerned about it. Right now, I'm just trying to get the prefab walls to spawn. Oh, and there they are. And more than likely, we'll just go to the warehouse with them. And that'll give us about 20 grand. And we can actually get into some field work. We got to prep our rice field today. We're going to spray some slurry into that. And then, of course, we got to create the rice field itself. Alrighty, let's go see prefab walls just to be sure. Oh, farmer's market is like $150 more, so I guess we'll have to go up to the farmer's market. The imitation you tried to make when I said hello, mate. Your brother fell to the ground. His wife from Melbourne. I'm pretty sure that went over rather well. So there's a good chance I'll tip this one over. As the morning fog in this early spring month settles in. I will say, though, and we have said it many times, is Giants did a really nice job on the fog. Are you turning left or are you going... Yeah, you are turning left, okay. Well, I think there is not really a short grain rice. I think they're just calling it just rice. But for that, you need the special planter, and you need a special harvester just for the rice. The long grain rice we can do with a regular harvester and a regular header. Whenever I start my second series on a modded map, I will be doing the standard rice. AI traffic trying to take over other AI traffic. That's working out well for him. So I think what I may have to do for the grass field is we can bring up our quote-unquote grain trailer. And the reason why I'm saying quote-unquote is we will chop up those trees and use the log grab and put the limbs in the back of the grain trailer, because dragging trees from there all the way down to the sawmill not going to be very good. How are we doing on the wool? The wool is starting to pile up because I don't want to bring it down to make more rope, because I lose money doing that with the wool. Fertilizer, please. And some seed, please. And switch this over to oats. Actually, you know what? I can go right on down through here, honestly, for where I need to go. When it rains, you can see reflections in the water puddles. Yeah, that's been that's been in a few games for quite a while. Not Farming Simulator, but it's definitely been in a few games. You got swordfish fillets tonight. Your opinion, best fish in the world. Not sure I'm a much of a fish eater. I do like seafood. That's for fish in general. So it's been a couple of streams since we really had field work to do. I mean, we've done some grass work, but now with March here, we can get back into the fields and start prepping up for this year. And we get to use the new Valtra. The Deutz did a pretty good job hauling this around, and the Deutz is capable of planting with this. Until it had an incline to go up, and then it kind of labored a little bit. But with this Valtra having 135 more horsepower, it's going to do it with ease. No, we didn't get the poplar planted because poplar is, I think now, March. all the way to August, and I thought when I first talked about it, it was September. So we had to wait until roughly now to get it planted, but I don't have any fields. We're going to plant it after harvest this year, so the timing will be, because poplar takes about 14 months before it's ready for harvest. So when the barley and wheat gets harvested in like June, July, if I plant the poplar in those fields, the following year the harvest time will be just before the wood chips are at a best price. So that's the plan for the poplar anyways. So that field right across the way, we do own that one. And I want to grab our slurry spreader and try to get a stage of fertilization into it before I convert it over to a rice field. Now this was an oat field last year, but since crop rotation is not a thing in FS25, and there isn't a mod out yet for that, planting oats twice is not too bad. Construction simulator, Robert, until construction sim comes out with more campaign work, yeah, we're pretty much done with that for now. They brought more machinery to the game since I played it a few months ago, but as for campaign stuff or a new map or anything like that, they haven't released anything on that state of the game. I tried doing regular jobs in construction sim, but people did not really like watching that, so we're just going to stick to the campaign stuff. But if construction sim releases another map or more campaign stuff, we'll dive back into it. This should only take me about a couple more minutes, and then I think we'll get the aggro star and maybe hire a worker to spread the slurry in that field. And I think I'll set it up. It may take me a second to find it in settings where the workers can take the slurry directly from a husbandry. So we'll set it for them to take up the slurry directly from the cow barn, so we don't have to keep making trips back and forth. guys keep talking about food, you're just going to start getting me more and more hungrier. And I need to go to the grocery store at some point. We're getting low on food in the house. Well, looks like the fog has lifted. Actually, that shed in the background that we just barely bought kind of blends in. Not really using that much fertilizer and seed in the fields from what I'm used to, but that could be because of precision farming. I don't know if the consumption rate has gone down, but I guess only the people that are used to the base game from 22 can say if it's less or more than it used to be. Or it could be that I'm just not using a big enough drill that I used to, like I did in 22. This is only like a 6-meter wide drill. Alright, so this field is planted. It'll need to be sprayed for weeds and fertilized one more time, though. Seed usage is way down compared to 22. Yeah, it didn't seem like I was going through a whole lot. But I couldn't tell if it was because I got so used to precision farming or I was using like 18-meter wide drills and this is just a 6, so it doesn't seem like it's going down much. So this field here, which is going to get kind of tricky as we go along. I mean, if it's here, we'll plant in it. No, the AgroStar, I kind of forgot. I did park. Whoops. Should be right behind me. Alright, to our slurry tanker, and I gotta go into settings because we're gonna get ourselves a worker and set it so the worker can take it directly from the Dairy Queen. I think, if it still lets us do that. And I'm thinking I left the tanker full. I did. Just kind of curious, did I fill up on slurry? Yeah, we're maxed out on slurry. Alright, so let me go to settings, game settings. Alright, slurry, we want that to come from the Dairy Queen. It says it right there. Even has the name I changed to it. So when I hire the worker to spread the slurry, they'll take it right from the Dairy Queen. They don't have to go back and forth to grab it. And while this is being taken care of, I can start selling some more stuff at the sawmill. You thought the fog happened only on Pentide. No, it's going to be on any map. And the money situation, we're fine on the money situation. Alright, so we're here, just going to hire a worker. And I think they're going to start in the middle of the field before they do a headland. If they run out of slurry, then it's fine. Well, not fine, but they'll just come to a stop. I would like to see them actually spraying the slurry before I just take off. Alright, now she's backing up. And there she goes. And the tail's wagging. Alright. So, oh wait, my truck is up here. Alright, so now it's time to go make tons of cash. And I'm not going to do everything at the sawmill all at once. I'll have to break it down into sections. Someday, maybe we'll get to go back into the grain elevator, but maybe when the next patch comes out. I would say in another week, we might get a patch. I only say that because we're getting close to that time where Giants will take their 3 to 4 week time off for the holidays. Yeah, so we'll be planting poplar in that field there, and the field that's over the top of the hill. So I think I'll grab the long planks because we got a whole bunch out here. So let's see where these need to be sold. Planks long here. 1947 at the carpentry. Playground, I don't want to deliver there. Playground Maker Hall, can't really deliver there. 1958 at the Wagon Builder. Warehouse, 1967. Next live stream should be tomorrow. Should be here tomorrow. Same time. Doing the same kind of a thing. And the way it's going, this farm is going to start progressing pretty well this year. I can feel it. Especially when I pay off. I think the sawmill's probably got like 200 grand worth of material here. Probably should be strapping these in as I go along, but we'll risk it. Alright, maybe not. I don't feel like doing it twice. So I'll start strapping it in. Sound like a strapped and unstrapped. Oh, the pallets are starting to do the dance again. Why are you sliding off for? I think someone said it yesterday. They think the truck is starting to rebel against me a little bit. What I should do is go on the truck and just unstrap them all and restrap them, and they kind of settle in. Kind of the same way as we did with logs in FS22 when they started to rattle around. As long as you just kept strapping and unstrapping. Alright, that's a good load. Off to the warehouse. Yeah, almost. It wants to tip. But now, because I've been spending money, or stocking up money, because we bought the Vultra. Then, of course, we just bought that shed today. And I kind of want to buy another one today if we get that far. But that other shed's only going to cost like 10 grand. But, yeah, been spending money, buying fields. It's time to focus on the loan again a little bit. $31,000. Don't know what my audience is in general. Kind of new to the channel, but this is quite awesome. And usually it gets down after the first episodes. Mine is, well, I'm glad I'm keeping it entertaining. Is it because I'm stacking up with this international over and over again? And you just want to see if I'm going to tip over and get hit by the train? You have a hard time figuring out which ones are decorative and which ones are ones you can take. Well, I mean, you should be learning where the spawn points are, but pretty much, if you got the interactive zone markers on, anything inside the interactive zone markers is what you're kind of going for. Although I shouldn't say that because it shows these, but it's going to be where the wood looks more fresh. You can see how bright and light brown or even light tan those are compared to these over here that look more aged or stained or a different type of wood. Just want to back this up closer to where the wood beams are. And if the wood beams are going to the warehouse, then I might just grab, which they are going to the warehouse, I'll just we'll grab the other long planks that are out here after I stack all these on. Hopefully we'll get like another 30,000 for this load, but I don't think I'm going to have that much on here. But the wood beams do sell for a better price. How's that looking? Let's get that more like right there. Strap those in. And I'm just going to assume our worker's doing fine in spraying the slurry in that field. All right, those are the wood beams that are outside. I still got a whole bunch that are on the inside. But right now I'm just trying to clear out some of these out here so I got more room to move around. And that's what we're doing next. We're going to go up to that grass field and get Skender his shed up there, so he can relax more, seeing all my grass equipment just parked outside. Currently this Saturday it's still going to be Riverbend Springs. Sunday I stream for about an hour to 2 hours for SnowRunner. There will be a video out on ATS at the same time. There will come a point, I don't know where it's going to be yet. I'm not going to be streaming Riverbend Springs 6 days a week until we're done here. There will be a time, like when Farmers Dynasty 2, whenever that does come out, we'll be getting into that. Live streaming. And I never know, because, oh good, another 34,000. Every time I check my email in the morning, I always get a keys to a couple of games, and I never know when a game's going to come across me that we may have to give a try. Like later on today, because I talked a little bit about Highway Patrol Simulator. The game looked good. I got a pre-release version I could have streamed yesterday. The game got released today, and it had the major update, fixed a lot of bugs that were in the game, so I want to give it another try off camera, of course, and see if it's something we might want to look at, but it's going to have to improve quite a bit from what I saw in the pre-release version. Alright, so we got 80,000, which is great. Let me see. Well, yeah, the Merlot is something I do need. But I need the log grab. Oh, the kimchi. I need to... Yeah, this was almost full. I need to push these just out of here and get more room in there for kimchi. And of course it spawned the boxed rice. There, that'll give me enough room to keep on. Oh, get off my forks. Really? Just because I want one product to spawn, you're going to keep giving me the boxed rice? Alright, so how much room do I got in there now? Hopefully I got enough. I can't tell from that page, can I? Preserve food. There we go. Now I got enough space in there. All right. Off to the grass field. Is my worker still going in that field? I mean, that should be done spraying the slurry, or it ran out, one or the other. Yeah, I don't see my money going down. So I'm going to grab these trees I'm about to cut down. I'm going to throw them in the back of our grain trailer. And then, of course, bring them to the sawmill. But then I got to figure out how I want to put my shed up here. The terrain is not the greatest for placing a shed. So we'll have to see what we can come up with. I do hope, though, they do fix this sunflower field in the next patch, so this farm kind of takes care of it. I mean, I suppose I could even put the shed right in the grass field itself and take up just a little bit of grass space. If I don't like the way, because man, that looks like it does slope quite a bit. Do I own up to the road? Do we? How far up the road do we own? We do own up to the road. Maybe I just put the shed right in there. 'Cause, I mean, I don't really use that access road too much. That might be a better plan. So where's that $10,000 shed? It does stick out a little further than... Oh yeah, and that does slope quite a bit. You can see how far the right side is under the ground compared to the left side. And even if I were to throw something down over here... Yeah, that slopes even more. Just seeing what else we got here. Oh, that shed's way too small. Forgot about this shed. We got the modded shed, and that's only 9,000. Now let me come back over to here. That seems just as deep. I suppose I could just take out a little bit of the grass field here. Alright, I think that's what we're going to do. Let me go ahead and we'll level this out. does seem like the landscaping price isn't as bad as it was in 22. All right, then I want to smooth it out. Oh wow, the game is kind of like lagging behind on the landscaping. I'm not doing anything, it's catching up. I think. Is it done now? Alright, I think it's done. Alright, let me scroll on down. Well, why is that still looking... Alright, so it's a lot further up than I thought it was going to be. Yeah, the landscaping, there's quite a delay in the landscaping. The reason why I'm not going as much into the hill because it's more flatter here. I don't want that much of a fee in landscaping. Yeah, but the landscaping tool, I'm not doing anything. It's just catching up to what I was doing. So what you see happening in the background, I did that like about 10 seconds ago. Is it done? All right, let's see what that does. Yeah, that looks a little bit better. There we go. All right, now we'll go back to the smoothing tool. Just to make it look a little bit more appropriate, I guess. Can I smooth it around with a... Yeah, we can. Well, it's better than... I mean, I don't mind those trees over there. Just making sure that it looks pretty good all the way around. We are off the ground a little bit there. All right, let's fix that. If I go back to leveling. Yeah, the game is just delayed when you landscape a little bit. That's better. Now the footing's on the ground. Now the footing is on the ground. Alright, so now let's clean up this mess a little bit. And luckily for us, the 3650 is right over here. If I had the free landscaping mod, I would have gone a little bit more to the hill, but we didn't take up that much of the grass field. Kind of interesting they went with like having straw on the floor for the shed as much as they did. Well, the windrower does stick out a little bit. Everything's a mess over here. I'm not touching the water features, heck no. Although I am kind of curious if you could like move that around a little bit. Probably not. I don't know what happens if I were to landscape it. There is a mod on the mod hub today, if you remember it from 22, where you can place ponds and such. What map did I do that on? In 20, I think it was FS22 where I placed a pond down. No, that might have been 19 on Griffin, Indiana. Wow, that seems like kind of yesterday I did that. But at the same time, it's a long time ago. Oh, the 3650 doesn't want to haul this chrome baler. I apologize to the John Deere. I know you'll fit in there. Wait, am I... Are these, collidable? Looked like I was going right through it. Oh no, they're collidable. I mean, at first I was in the great idea of taking down those trees and putting the shed there, but I think I like the shed a lot better where it is. Although I probably should have... I think I could have changed... As you can see, like we got a wall on the right, but not on the left. I think I could have swapped that around. I do believe this shed is, I think it's Black Sheep modding that. It's not a base game shed, I can tell you that. That's the mod that came out a couple days ago. Might be Black Sheep modding, I'm like 80% sure about that. Before I put this away, I don't think there's going to be a mowing contract this month, but I'll have a look. No. Oh, look at that. Look at that. Like a glove. Alright, let me just go ahead and... Well, the John Deere... I can kind of sneak in there. Not that the John Deere is going to stay over here all the time, but... At least we'll get it into the shed. But now, we're going to go back into construction mode. Now we got to find this. It's got to be under tools. So for now, we're just going to place it here. Whoop, free mode. And the good thing is, it's not in the way because we can move that. But if I place it there, it should be able to reach just about anything. We'll get the McDon a wash. I think that's getting clean. I think that's the first time I washed the McDon. That shed is identical to my real farm, but a bit more well constructed. Oh, so you're saying I did a well job constructing a shed? I think you're just happy that we got all of our grass equipment now inside of a shed over here. Hello, Skinny. I can't remember if I said hello to you or not. And hello, Hunter. Welcome. I'm not sure about the joystick or not, but Farm Sim is has a pretty good wide range of what you could use. So the only way to know is to plug it in, try it, and see if it accepts it in the controls. So not only do we have a shed down here, and all the grass equipment is now put away, I also got a pressure washer over here, and we're cleaning it. And I didn't cut down any trees over here either. Oh, I still got the spreader to put away. Although the spreader needs to come back to the farm. I need the spreader. Is this going to hitch up to it? Good. I need the spreader for the oat field that we planted. And I actually have another oat field that we do need to plant. So how does that look from a distance? That looks a lot better. And actually with the wall on that side, it does kind of hide all the equipment inside the shed a lot better. Alright, kind of forgot I left that ×5 speed. We're going through the day pretty quick. So with the sheds down, we got ourselves a high horsepower tractor. We did pay a little bit of the loan off last month, but any more money now definitely needs to go towards the loan. Got to start working on that once again. And of course there was some landscaping fees. I don't know how much I paid in landscaping fees on that, but I know I came over with $80,000 and the shed was like 9, so like 12, 13,000 on landscaping fees is not that bad. Yeah, as far as I know, our equipment does not get damaged from not being in a shed in game. I don't remember reading that anywhere. So that field there I should be putting oats into it. I don't think I'm going to be building anything during the harvest season. But after the oats are harvested, we may be getting ourselves a chicken pen. Hopefully one comes out in the mod hub. I also maybe, yep, that's not what I wanted to do, but I did, which is run into a generator that should not be there. Put the log grab over here. Now we'll put the pallet forks back on, and I'm going to grab the McDon header, and I'm going to put that into our larger shed. Oh, that's why I keep seeing the bale there, and I keep thinking, at a distance, I keep thinking, boy, the sheep are not taking any grass. We got ourselves a floater. Can you get different maps from Mod Hub? Well, Mod Hub is nothing more than mods that creators have given the Giants, and as far as I know, there's only one map currently that's on the Mod Hub. Oh yeah, I also spent, what was it, like $4,300 on the pressure washer over there, so the landscaping fee wasn't too bad. Alright, we'll plop that right there. And the Merlot we'll keep under the roof as well. All right, let's see how our worker did down here. And we should see a stage of fertilization, I hope, in our rice field, which we do. And how much slurry do we have left? All right, so we still got 20,000 liters of slurry. I have not seen, I'm not saying it's a thing, I didn't know or have seen that putting our equipment in sheds will not make it wear down as fast. Probably spread some of the slurry in this field because we got it. So before I plant, I'll throw that down. But what we're going to do next, because this will cost me $15,000 to do, is we're going to visit this field. So I have showed this trick, well, not a trick, but I have showed this before. I think we'll put it, trying to figure out where I want to put the water. The water for flooding the field. So when you make a rice field and you want to put the water pump in a specific area, it's always going to be in the first section. So I got to go into construction. I got to find orchards. Rice field. So when you're starting a rice field, the first section that you create, that's where the water pump is going to go. So I want my water pump over here. So I'm going to go here. So right where that first yellow line appears, by clicking here, the water pump will spawn here when I get done. And I'm hoping this field is relatively flat, so we don't have, and it looks flat down here, that we don't have too much terrain overlaps with another object. What? What am I overlapping? Maybe the terrain. All right. Well, we'll just go as much as we can. Ooh. Overlapping with another object. Alright, so I can't get too close to the river, it seems like. Well, this is not the way I wanted this to go. Yeah, it doesn't want me get me anywhere near close to that river. Losing a lot of the field here, kind of, but now I'm second guessing it if I wanted this to go here. Can't tell if that's red. No, it's red still. Boy, we are losing some land over here. Finish. Okay. We may change it up, who knows. So the water pump should be right in front of us, which it is. I'm glad I like this game. Lost 4 hours of my time doing a P contract on Field 24. Only reason I took it was 17K. Never again will I do that. Yeah, I think the P harvest contracts have been kind of a known issue for some reason. Not sure why. But if you know how to edit XML files, you can know if you did the contract, you can edit in the money back in. Or use the government subsidy mod to get the money back. I wonder why, though, when creating this rice field, I couldn't go all the way over. I mean, this is a huge part of the field here that we could not use. I suppose since the field is still here, it's actually big enough. I could actually plant something in this field and harvest it, and we'll still do the rice over here. We got plenty of room for rice production because I forgot until someone told me the other day when we were harvesting the rice. I kind of forgot that we can do rice flour, so the grain mill will take a whole bunch. I forgot how much it can take over there, but the grain mill can take 65,000 liters of rice. Or sorry, long grain rice. Long grain rice, it can take 108,000 liters over at the grain mill. So we'll have plenty there. But I'm thinking that part of the field I could not use for some reason for rice. Maybe I'll plant like sorghum or something like that in there. All right, let me go ahead and we'll move the Voltra. So I can spread slurry in this field right here. Alright. So the field's here. Let's use what we got. Just make sure I leave myself enough room when I bring equipment around the field and get to the shed. But we should be good. But eventually, in about another season or two, this field won't even be here. But when we bought this land, no sense in us having this land not make us any money, so we plowed it on up. And last year we harvested wheat off of it. But eventually we'll have more sheds. A chicken pen. I am thinking maybe we'll get into pigs as well at some point. I don't think we'll be getting into horses. From what I heard, horses are still not worth it. Also, the price of rice flour is better than any other flour. Well, also depends on the ratio and all that kind of stuff, but yeah, definitely don't want to sell the rice straight up when I can make a product out of it and get more for it. Thank you to the water buffalo and the cows for the free slurry. Appreciate it. Have you ever done any BGA on your series? I have. I did a little bit on Tuscany, but that BGA on the farm was only like a 50,000 kilowatt BGA. Because it still gets me to this day with the it's not the BGA, but we don't get to see the price of what energy sells for. So it's kind of hard to tell, am I making money on the energy or not? But I know there's well, that's not going to tell me the price either. I don't think it gives us the price of the methane on the price list. Because to me, that price for the energy and methane has got to be way higher than the price of silage or whatever it is that you bring to the BGA, because the BGA is not cheap. It's like $1 million. So before you get your money back onto it, you better hope that that price for electricity and methane is a lot better than what you would get for the silage. All right. Oh yeah, still got that. Still got that one straw bale there. Noodles with eggs. Well, that's one reason why. Yeah, it's flour and eggs will make the noodles, and that's what I want to get to on this map at some point. Just want to top off the tanker. That way it gives us more room for storage in the cow barn. But we'll put this tanker now in the shed. Not really sure how I'm going to start parking this stuff up in here. I mean, I do want more sheds for the smaller stuff along the line. This is going to be for the bigger stuff, but for now, I'm probably just going to be throwing things in here willy-nilly. Skender, is anything ever big enough for you? You want me to get a bigger harvester? That slurry spreader for what we're doing is fine. That's right, the straw bale. Well, I'll get moved here in a second. So the good thing about oats is the growth period is very short. This will be harvested in June, so we just got to wait 3 months. That's why I'm planting oats in this field this year. That way, if we got a whole bunch of money, I want more sheds or a chicken coop over here quickly, this field will be harvested in a few months, and we can start throwing some more things down here. Is a glitch or a bug that when doing contracts that fields do not fully harvest in 22? In the very beginning of that was an issue, and it's been an issue in 25 a little bit. But definitely the P contracts, I would stay away from. The P contracts seem to be it's not recognizing that you're harvesting the field for some reason, even though you are. I haven't really run into an issue, although I haven't done that many contracts where we harvest the field and we don't have enough to deliver. Yeah, at the rate that I go through seed and fertilizer in this drill, I hardly ever have to refill it. Trying to just, when I was saying before, I might have some pigs on this map. I think it was East Vineland the last time no, I had pigs on American Falls too. Yeah, so I think American Falls was the last map in 22 I had pigs. So that straw bale is the lone straw I got on this farm. Let's put that to the side until we get to harvest season. And then, of course, we'll have straw everywhere. And then, of course, we'll just sell it all together at once. And it looks like the hail damage, because I plowed it, of course, and we picked up the stone. We're able to drill over it now. Although I thought in reading the patch notes that got fixed a week ago, but apparently not. Definitely didn't want to hire a worker for working in this field because the way the field looks now, it looks kind of like it's everywhere. The worker may have a stroke trying to figure out how to get this field work done. So we have knocked off quite a bit of few things off my shopping list for the farm. But of course, the next thing I would want to do for the farm, I think, is for this upcoming winter, definitely getting ourselves a bigger, something to move the pallets around with a little bit more ease. But in the meantime, the bank gets the money. What's a good trailer for log hauling? I guess all depends on the size of your logs, what you prefer, but and how many logs are you trying to move? I think the one that would be able to answer your question best on that, but I don't think they're here, would be Terry, because Terry, I think, has been doing nothing but logging. And they like the Volvo truck with the, I believe, the log grapple on it. Mostly what I've been using here is the winch system. think the Merlot is just right here in the shed, right? I think I just brought it over with something else. So I can pick up that straw bale and I'll just put it at the other end of the shed because that looks like a good place for some straw bales. Gets out of the weather conditions, sort of. And I think I can get this in one more pass. Great. Alright, so that's another field done. And the only thing I got to take care of in that field will be the weeds next month. 2 stages of fertilization are in. I have to see what I do with this shed in the future if I'm going to move everything down to that farmyard, but for now, definitely going to keep it here. So, half the month has gone past. I don't expect the playground to have gone through to the next stage yet. But how are we doing over here? Yeah, so just another 1,000 liters of wood beams and some long planks that's got to go through. I do know what this turns into, but I'm not going to say it, and because I don't want to spoil it for anyone if you haven't seen it. So, but yeah, progress is coming along nicely there, it seems like. So back to here. Yeah, now it's time to get back to the sawmill, and we'll bring in some more cash. And we got a whole bunch of planks out here. So we'll get these loaded up quickly. As quick as one can. Bring in some more cash and make the bank happy by throwing... I don't know how we're going to end up with. Maybe like 70,000 I can pay the bank off. I think they'll be happy with 70,000 today. Since I've neglected the bank quite a bit last season. I mean, we can see how much we got inside the sawmill still. And, of course, the sawmill's is going to keep chugging along all season. Now we'll go to this side here. Probably should strap these in because I'm going to make a mess here soon if I'm not careful. So strap those in. Oh yeah, I was going to show you, because you asked about a logging trailer, but let me get these strapped in. Someone named Terry is doing some logging. I don't know if it's going to be under trucks. Yeah, they're using this. I think they're using this right here. Whoa. I did not like the store too much. I think they're using something like this to load up the logs. And of course, you can put another trailer behind it, so you can stack logs here and then stack logs in the trailer behind it. But that's what they're using. But like I said, I guess it all depends on exactly what you're doing. And how many logs you got to move. And is it just for a one-time thing? If you're just doing it for the logging contract, then you may want to use the equipment that comes with it. Just a few more, and we'll go deliver these. Okay, it must be strapped in on the other side. Couldn't move it on over. And one more for the top. There we go. Straps kind of bugged out there for a second. So I gotta figure out where the planks need to go. Let's see here. The Cooper is at 169. Farmer's Market 170. Cooper's a lot closer for $1. Yeah, playground maker, and warehouse. So I think we're going to the Cooper. That's the best place to bring it. Stacking too high for the road? Not even close. We can go 5 high. Ah, hail. Just what I needed. Just what we need. It seems like I get hail more than anyone else. That was the Volvo with the log grab on the back of it. I think that's what Terry said he was using on his map. I wonder if hail damages a crop before it grows, or is it just matter if a crop is in the ground? Well, 29,000, so we got 80. Let me come right in here. We're going to do this right now so I don't... I don't want to spend out anything else. We're going to give them 80. I want to bring that down to 4.3, which we can do. That's roughly about $100,000 we paid back to the bank today. Scania, I don't believe, is a licensed brand for Giants. Do I have any prefab walls here? We do not. But yeah, that was a Volvo. I think it's going to be definitely a Volvo. Yes, the FH16. Mack is a licensed brand, international. So it's international, Mack, and Volvo, which are the licensed brand currently. Lizard, in case you did not know, Lizard is the quote-unquote Giants brand. So if someone submits a mod and they don't have a brand for it or license to use that brand, it gets stapled with the Lizard brand on it. So that's where that comes into. Oh, I should probably take this back and sell that kimchi. Because we got a lot of that kimchi. Where does the kimchi... Kimchi needs to go to Goldcrest Valley. Well, I don't think I want to lease the train just for that. $664-655 over at Grandpa Walter's. So maybe we'll bring it over to Grandpa Walter. I think there were modded Scanias in 22. So, I mean, in a few months, yeah, you'll see Scania trucks on the Mod Hub or other licensed brand. Man, it is hailing pretty good. And while I'm here, maybe I should see where how the price of the boxed rice is looking. Or is it rice box or boxed rice? Rice boxed. That says Goldcrest Valley as well. Well, maybe I'll get the train. Rice boxed. Goldcrest Valley 28.26. But the small farmer's kiosk is almost like the same price. Alright, we'll just load this stuff up and bring it over to Walter. And he can, Grandpa Walter I should call him. And he can go ahead and deal with all this. It's been a moment since we actually visited Grandpa Walter, so I may have to say hello to him, see what he thinks. In real life Scania, it's more like than Volvo in Europe. I see Volvo, of course, Volvo does exist in North America. We got their own division. As far as I know, the North American Volvo is not really tied to the European one. It's different divisions. But yeah, I've never seen a Scania over here, though. But I do know a lot of people do love the Scanias. Whole bunch of selling the end of last episode and pretty much today I've been doing a lot of selling. But I let the sawmill go for quite a few months. But it is fun to sell it all at once and see all the money come in. But the farm, at the end of last stream and all the way through this stream, we have grown. We got sheds, we got a tractor, paying off the loan as we go along at the same time. Yep. Third stack. all this kimchi being made from our greenhouse. Rice box, of course, from all the rice that we harvested. We're going to have a lot more this year now with the new rice field. Our rice production should double this year. Actually, I should have put potatoes back into the field. All right, Grandpa Walter, here we come. Man, Daft, and Renault follow Taltra, Skoda, Carnaz, and several insignificant ones. At least I'm supporting the community economy and not exporting it to Goldcrest Valley. Well, who knows? Maybe Grandpa Walter is selling it to Goldcrest Valley. Maybe he's turning a little bit of a profit on us when I sell over there. This truck could use some diesel. Yeah, so the ropes, if you've been seeing the wall at the farm, I don't want to make any more rope if I don't have to with the wool, because we've seen the math, and I would make more by selling the wool directly than turning it into rope. I'm just making the rope to get the playground done. But I think rope might be needed for the carriages, the horse-drawn carriages, and I think I want to do that just because. But we are a ways off from getting the horse carriage production. Trying to hit the brakes. Boy, that hail is just coming down hard. You can actually see the hail, for a little bit, was bouncing off the pallets. Actually, Walter may not be outside in the hailstorm. Well, another 33,000. And like I said, every time I get money right now, 10, 20. I'll leave some money in the bank account for now, but I did want to get it down below 4.3 million, which we did. Yeah, Walter does not want to stand out here at all. And this is where I got T-boned by the train, because there are no signals letting you know the train's coming. The Mercedes Actos, is it Actos? Actros trucks are the new trend. For the decade, I wish I could afford one. Would be way better, beneficial than the damn grain cart. Yeah, I did see branding iron. I did see the rope harvester on the mod hub today. I just quickly downloaded the ones that I needed for today. Could be something that we use in the future. Although, seems like Hills of Tuscany was not that long ago for me, doing all the vegetables, so... don't want to jump right into that right off. Hello, Thomas. Happy Thursday. So, as you can see, we got tons of stuff inside the sawmill. Now, even Skender went inside, aka Noah. Even though he stands underneath the shed here, even Noah went inside. He's got a fishing pole here, a fly rod, looks like. So, yeah, 11,000 liters of wood. That's going to need to be taken care of. So we got to get some more wood into the sawmill. I wonder how our fields are looking with this hail going on. So let's see. So this is the oat field that we planted, although the crop has not germinated. Can't really go by this field because I did not did not fix that situation. But what about these two fields? These fields have grown crop in it. That's looking okay so far. And that's looking all right so far. Well, I planted barley in both of those. I didn't plant barley in or wheat. Oh, because I got the big wheat field here. That's why. That would be why. All right. Well, so far, and I do have some damage in the rice fields, but, you know, that will be planted next month. So before I plant them, if the game doesn't get updated and our direct drill doesn't fix the problem, well, I'll have to plow out the field a little bit and get those situated. Oh, those are the bees. But we're just going to jump up here very quickly. So in case you missed it, we now got a shed up here at our grass field. Got all of our equipment put away nicely. For the most part, the windrower does stick out a little bit. But, you know, there's only so much you can do. I'll have to smooth that out a little bit in the future, and we'll paint that as like rocks or something. But yeah, we didn't take up that much of the grass field. I didn't put the shed over here just because the slope of the land, it was quite a bit. So I had to do a lot of terrain work, and it wouldn't look good there. I think the shed up here, even though I had to take away some of the grass field, it looks a lot better up here. It was pretty darn flat for the most part. We had to dig into the hillside a little bit, but that's not too bad. And of course, we did get this today as well. Not the AgroStar, but we got this big shed right here. Right now I am putting some stuff, small stuff in here, but we'll get smaller sheds over here in the future as we go along. But of course, this big shed will be for our big combines, trucks, and big trailers. I'll never betray my job. I told you he looks like Stalin. Hey, I think if he had a little bit more beef on him, yeah, but I see exactly where you come from. Have you been playing on the new Frontier map? After the update, the repair shop trigger is gone from the usual place. Any clue? I have not played that map at all. And I'm kind of waiting for a modern map to come out that fits my style. The wife wants the Christmas tree up. Bye, chat. Thanks, Farm Edible, for stopping by. Yeah, I'll be here tomorrow. But I'm actually thinking I'm going to start wrapping this one up because the weather is moving in. I think I got everything done I wanted to in the month of March. I'll probably take care of the sawmill, the tree cutting, getting the trees in the sawmill. And then, of course, I want to empty out the sawmill and have the pile outside for tomorrow. But we'll have the grass field to get cut in April. The rice fields will need to be planted. And also, yeah, the animals will need to be taken care of as well. Oh, we did, we almost ran out of hay. I better take care of that now so I don't forget. They only got like 100 liters left. And I don't want them digging into that meadow grass if we can help it. And plus we'll get all these hay bales out of here. I'm hoping I can fit a manure pit on this side. I know it's going to be awfully close to the road. Will we have enough room for a manure pit over here? That's going to be under construction. Silo extensions. Oh, that's right. They only rotate at 90 degrees because they got... Oh, man, that's going to look funny. I mean, not much I can do about it. I mean, I guess the best way to put it in the future would be at that weird of an angle. That angle does not look good either. Probably have to go in something like that if I want to do it. Oh well. The hay you see under the equipment is somehow real in this part of the world. We usually put it together with sawdust to absorb oil leaks and grease so it doesn't get into the water source. Okay. I can see that for sure. That makes sense. Let me go ahead and put the Merlot undercover here. Aren't the silo extensions still broke? I don't know if they are or are not. I've been told they are, and I've been told they are not. So I'm not too sure exactly what's going on with them. I mean, I'm not ready for the silo extension. I'm just trying to see if we had room for it there. Which looks like we do. The one thing I haven't checked on in a moment, as the hail just keeps coming down, is the goat milk. And how are the goats getting along? I mean, the goats are getting along fine with each other. Alright, so 745 liters. Actually, you know what? I'll just pick this up. And we'll plop this into here. We do got some more buffalo mozzarella has spawned. And we got cheese, we got cheese, and we got cheese. We don't have any goat cheese yet. How are we doing on the goat cheese? We got 876 liters of goat cheese, so we're almost going to get our first pallet of goat cheese. And do we have more goats? We had 3, 3, and 3. Yeah, we're up to 15, so we got more goats. Yep, we got some, so we got these original 3, so we've gotten 6 more goats since we put them down a few months ago. And that hay bale that we put here when we put them down is still sitting here, so they're not going through the feed as of yet. And yeah, those should go to the bale shed at some point. But yep, the goats are doing well. They're outside in the weather, so not a bad day here. We got a lot of stuff done. We were in December when we started the stream today. As you said, I should kind of showed you. We bought a couple of sheds, got some fields planted, and how much of that loan did I pay off today? We were at 4.42, so I paid off $130,000 off the loan. And so that is some pretty good cash. Yeah, the money looks kind of bad in December because that's when we bought the Voltra. But you can see we kind of skipped January, sold a little bit in February, and we sold a lot here in March. We got a lot of stuff at the sawmill to still sell. So things are looking pretty good. But yeah, we'll be getting to April next stream tomorrow. Same bat time, same bat channel. So if you're still here, very much appreciated. But if you haven't done so yet and you'd like to, help me out a little bit. Hitting that thumbs up button at the bottom of the screen. That'd be nice. If you want to hit the thumbs down button, you can do that too. But if you do that, you can leave a comment as to why. There's always one or two thumbs down buttons, but they never say why. So, yeah, if you could do that, that'd be great. If you're new here, subscribe to notification bell so you don't miss out on more content like this. Is these big cheats from mods? Oh, the sheds. Yeah, that lime green shed over there, which is painted in Kloss colors, and the one up at the grass field, those are mods. That came out 2 days ago. Not the ones today, but 2 days ago. You can find those on the Mod Hub. But yeah, I'm going to wrap it up there. Almost another 4-hour stream today. And yeah, we'll be back tomorrow on Friday and see how far we get. Definitely get all the planting done, grass field cutting. So I'm thinking we might actually get to, I don't know, we might actually get to June where we're harvesting these oats, which seems kind of weird. But I'll come back on later on tonight after about 5 or 6 hours, quickly get some trees cut and fill up the sawmill. Or we might do a little bit of that next stream too as well, don't know. But anyways, I'm getting out of here. So hopefully everyone enjoyed the stream. I appreciate you all like always, and I shall catch you tomorrow, I hope. But until then, have a good one.